Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Akeem Lawanson, and in today's Fix of Entertainment news, Netflix cracking down on subscription sharing, Zack Snyder's upcoming movie with Netflix, and it's Fast 10, they get a Fast logo. Yeah, let's drop it. Might have to change your Netflix password soon, as the streaming giant isn't happy about subscriptions being down by 200,000 in Q1. Now, with that dip in subscribers, Netflix stock recently dropped by 35%. Now, to put it in dollars, that's a dip in value well over $50 billion. Now, after hearing its loss in subscriptions, investors clearly got shook by those Q1 numbers. So what does this mean for us, the consumers? Well, Netflix wants to start cracking down on people sharing accounts. Now, in a letter to shareholders, Netflix admitted that revenue growth seemingly slowed down and that the prevalence of streaming competition isn't helping. But the big issue the company acknowledges is the sharing of a single account across multiple households. Now, in the letter, Netflix said, quote, "The big COVID boost to streaming obscured the picture until recently. While we work to reaccelerate our revenue growth through improvements to our service and more effective monetization of multi-household sharing, we'll be holding our operating margin at around 20%. So they acknowledge that big quarantine pandemic boost it received, but now that it's so big, exponential growth has slowed and something needs to be done about password sharing across multiple households. And according to the same letter, Netflix admits that back in March of 2021, the company began testing different sharing monetization approaches in 3 markets in Latin America. Now, this new approach essentially gave current members a choice to pay for additional households to use the subscription service. Now, with that presumably came a price hike. If Netflix does decide to charge me more money for allowing other family members to use my account, then I'm canceling my subscription service. Now, sure, it'll make my job here at IGN very hard since I need to watch certain shows, but you know what? I'll find a way to watch what I need to watch. And so will the regular consumers out there who also don't wish to pay more money just because Netflix is trying to make up its loss in revenue. I mean, what y'all need to do is produce more movies and release them in theaters, or partner with networks to make more original content that has life outside of your streaming platform. I mean, there are ways to make up the loss in revenue that doesn't require sticking it to the consumer by raising prices. You know, maybe that's why they're working on that live-action One Piece adaptation, which they shouldn't. Anyway, at least Netflix is keeping our big boy Zack Snyder well employed and well paid with his upcoming sci-fi fantasy movie Rebel Moon. Now, Snyder shared photos of the first day of production on set in this tweet, giving us a glimpse of what once started off as a Star Wars concept he pitched to Lucasfilm. Now, it was originally going to be a follow-up to the events of the Return of the Jedi movie, but then Disney swooped on in and bought Lucasfilm. Thus, Snyder reworked the premise, and now it'll be its very own thing in the near future. And finally, the Fast and Furious franchise continues to race on into the future till the wheels fall off, with the next installment parking itself in theaters next year. And now, thanks to Vin Diesel, we know what the logo looks like. Now, Vin shared this image on social media where we can see the Roman numeral X detailed as a headlight because it's cars in that movie, you know it. Some fans, or maybe just me, are already reading way too much into this logo reveal and speculating that XXX's Xander Cage, portrayed by Vin Diesel, will make a cameo appearance in the movie. Now that means Vin Diesel will act alongside Vin Diesel, which is sure to go just as well as this scene with The Rock.
Not bad for a cop.
I never thought I'd trust a criminal. Till next time.
Till next time.
Man, it's so weird, man. It's like 2 NPCs in Cyberpunk 2077 talking to each other. Anyway, Xander probably won't appear in the movie because Vin Diesel is Vin Diesel in every movie. And that was your entertainment fix. I'm Akeem Lawanson, and thank you so much for watching. Now that you're all caught up on today's news, please check out our 10 things you didn't know about the Batman movie. Download the IGN app on all your devices, and for everything else, stick with IGN.
The first trailer for The Batman made a strong impression thanks to its use of a remixed version of Nirvana's Something in the Way, a tune that's featured prominently in the final film as well. But long before Pattinson was cast, Reeves was already drawing inspiration from the late Kurt Cobain and that song in particular for his take on Bruce Wayne. Reeves also reveals he was heavily influenced by the Gus Van Sant film Last Days, which also features